It wouldn't be a video unless I talk to y'all before the video starts. It wouldn't be, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna keep it honestly short and sweet. I've seen the progress and the growth that we've experienced the past couple of weeks, in the past couple of days actually. And I know it's not a lot of subscribers, views, likes, whatever. I don't care about that. The fact that I've seen growth the way I've seen growth, I really appreciate that. So thank y'all all very much for, you know, riding with me through this weird project I've been working on of this channel. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. And I'd appreciate that if y'all, you know, continue to support me, subscribe, and like, you know what I mean? Because I'd like to keep up producing as much work as I possibly can for y'all. So that was all. I just wanted to tell y'all how much I appreciate y'all. On to the actual video now. Bye bye. The biggest party of the summer is just around the corner. It's not though, because by the time I'm filming this, we haven't gone to Night of Champions. We have no real stories built to SummerSlam. I'm doing all of this blind, boys. It's gonna be rough, it's gonna be hard to see, but we're gonna get through to it. My name's Dom from the DDE channel, and I'm going to be predicting the SummerSlam card. Now, like I said, the King of the Ring hasn't even finished. King and Queen of the Ring haven't finished yet. That's not finishing until next week. So I'm going to go ahead and throw whatever has been missing here right in the middle of this. So future me, is everything good? Obafemi is your King of the Ring winner. Io Sky is the Queen of the Ring winner. And the main event of night one doesn't make sense because Sami Zayn is the undisputed champion. Fuck. But overall, that's amazing right there. Or, oh no, that's actually terrible. I don't know what I've said. So, yeah, let's get into the SummerSlam matches. The way I've done this, I've done 8 per night since it's a 2-night event. I've done 8 matches on night 1, 8 matches on night 2, and I threw in a couple of honorable mentions because I either I wanted to see them on the card, or I have nothing for you, so you'll do this, I guess. So let's go ahead and get through the honorable mentions real quick, and then we'll get to the actual card. The first match of my honorable mentions is Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker, only because I feel like, you know, you're doing this at Night of Champions. I feel like they're still gonna want both men on the card, and Braun Breaker and Austin Theory lose the tag team champions later, I promise, but or earlier in the month. But yeah, I think they want Seth and Braun on the card. Why not have them fight again? Have Braun Breaker win this so you can, you know, put him over big on SummerSlam. Why not? The next match on my honorable mentions is Jordynne Grace versus Jacy Jayne. These two are personally because I want to see them on SummerSlam. I don't think they'll do anything with them on SummerSlam, but I personally just want to see them, you know, perform on one of the biggest stages. They didn't have Jordynne do anything last year at WrestleMania. They didn't have Jordynne do anything this year at Mania. She wasn't there for SummerSlam. Jacy Jayne just came up. I like to see them perform on one of the biggest stages. And I honestly think you give this to Jacy here. Fucking build up Fatal Influence. You know what I mean? Especially for later. The third match on the card I have is Joe Hendry versus Austin Theory with Logan Paul in his corner. So again, they're no longer tag team champions. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's the same thing with Jordynne Grace and Jacy Jayne for me. I'd like to see Joe Hendry. He's already performed at Mania, one of the biggest stages there is, but not as a WWE star. I'd like to see WWE Joe Hendry wrestle at SummerSlam, and he's already been kind of feuding with the Vision, mainly Austin Theory, who's been taking him out. Logan Paul is injured. Why not have the match at SummerSlam? Why not? You know what I mean? Joe Hendry wins, of course he does, because it's Joe Hendry. And my final match of the honorable mentions is Gunther versus Sami Zayn. I think we move away from Cody Rhodes after Night of Champions, with Cody Rhodes retaining, of course, and I feel like that would be because Gunther and Sami will just kind of brawl, causing Cody to kind of be able to not sneak away with the champion, but be able to retain the championship while they're busy fighting each other instead. Because I have something planned for Cody later. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I think Gunther wins here. Get that win back from Sami because of WrestleMania. Give him that win back. Why not? Not because I hate Sami. Just why not? Gunther wins. And so now we move on into the main card. And what I predict to open night 1 of not WrestleMania. I've been saying WrestleMania too many times, weirdly enough. What I expect to open at night 1 on SummerSlam is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. I have an idea. It's very stupid, but we're just gonna roll with it here. This is gonna come back from later too, but I do predict Oba fighting Brock at Mania. Oh my God, at SummerSlam, because Minnesota boys has to be a Minnesota boy, has to show up, and we've really built Brock and Oba 3. Fucking Obafemi calling him out every time he wins King of the Ring. He'll fucking kill somebody and then being like, Brock, where you at, bud? I've been waiting here. Come on. And he'll kill Dominic. It's like, Brock, come on, dog. I'm right here. Fight me. I feel like I'm scared I'm not gonna say it because that's gonna cause some shit. I'm not gonna say it. But I do still think Obafemi will fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. And I do think he wins. I think we finally get rid of the Beast once and for all. Oba stands tall over Brock Lesnar. And that's the end. There's no more Brock after this. And I think it'll be a very cool fact and visual to have for later. Right after we get Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi, I think the next match we should get, which I think would be great, is Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints. We had Melo and Trick go at it on that SmackDown like weeks ago. That caused Melo to lose because of Ricky Saints getting involved. We had a match last night on Friday Night SmackDown. Where are we at? June 19th. Where Carmelo lost to Ricky Saints, meaning Ricky Saints will be fighting Trick Williams at Night of Champions for the United States Champion. I think Trick wins that, and I feel like that's going to cause a problem with Melo and Ricky because you cheated to beat me, Ricky. And Trick's like Ricky's like, I beat you fair and square, all that argument, and Trick is like, honestly, I'll take both of you. Fuck it, I'll take both of you on. Come on, you know what I mean? I feel like that would just be a triple threat, and I love that triple threat. Which I think that Trick will still retain. I think Trick will still be your United States Champion if that match were to happen. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, this is another instance of, I want to see you perform on the biggest stage. One of the biggest stages they are. One of them already has. But that is Javon Evans versus Ethan Page. I want Ethan Page to get a big time PLE showcase. He got to showcase himself on Saturday night's main event, but that's not a big enough show to where I think everybody can look at this man and be like, this is a good man. Only a selective amount of people who watch Saturday night's main event / who watched NXT while Ethan was there / people who watched AEW when Ethan was there know who Ethan Page is. If you're not in any of those categories and you really haven't seen him fight, you don't get that showcase. I feel like SummerSlam is that major showcase to show what Ethan Page is capable of. In ring, definitely character-wise, we've already seen his promos. and his promos are fantastic. And I really want Javon to keep up this whole thing of being on some of the biggest PLEs. He was at the Royal Rumble, he was at Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania. You know what I mean? He didn't make it, but he was in the King of the Ring tournament. Fucking lost to Jey Uso. I still haven't gotten over it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It happened yesterday. It happened that Friday, and I still haven't gotten over it. Golly. And I feel like having Javon Evans be at SummerSlam would be a massive upside to the young career of Javon. Now, who do I think win if this match were to happen? To be honest, I'd like to give it to Ethan. I'd really want to give that to Ethan, mainly due to his cheating ways. He'll kill him, and he'll kill him with a smile. You know what I mean? He's all ego. I think he can cheat his way to a win against Javon Evans. Because if you do also think about it, they do like to tell the story of, oh, this is a young up and coming talent versus this veteran. Oh, he's fighting against the veterans of Cody, Randy, LA Knight, and even Logan Paul. They did it when Jey Uso, like, oh, he's facing a 20-year veteran in this company. Ethan Page has been doing this for, honestly, decades. He just made it to WWE, but he's been wrestling for decades. He is experienced. Ethan knows how to cheat wisely. So yeah, Ethan Page wins. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. The next match is a prayer. I really want them to, like, keep up with this so badly. That's Julia versus Kiana James. Now listen, I don't think they'll put this on SummerSlam. I don't think this touches SummerSlam at all. But I really would love to believe that they, one, cared enough to put this on SummerSlam. But also, Julia hasn't touched a PLE. I'm not counting the Rumble, because fucking everybody touches the Rumble at some point. But she hasn't been on just a big Money in the Bank. Okay, never mind. She was in Money in the Bank. That was a good one. That was a fine one. But that was 2 years ago. That was in 2020. Oh no, that was 2020. Oh no, that was 2025. That was 2025. Holy shit. Time flies, doesn't it? What I'm trying to say is Julia hasn't been presented as somebody who should be on a PLE. And I feel like if you were to put Julia at SummerSlam against Kiana James, a person they've been building this feud on for a while, and honestly been building it pretty decently good so far, and then you let Julia show the wrestling world what she's made, what she's built for, while also still getting over Kiana James, who's still fairly a new face in this world of wrestling in a way, and she's already been given a lot of great accomplishments. You know, was she the Iron Woman? No, she wasn't. Was she the Iron Woman of the Royal Rumble? I can't remember. She might have not been, but she was in the Rumble and she had a great performance. She was also in the Elimination Chamber, had a wonderful performance. And so putting her on SummerSlam might as well, you know, elevate her stock just a little bit more. I do, at the end, think Julia takes the win here. But I just think, you know, it'd be nice to have Julia and Kiana on a top 4 PLE. The 5th match I have on this SummerSlam card is Sol Ruca versus Becky Lynch. I personally struggled because I wanted to have Sol Ruca featured on SummerSlam, but I didn't know where you went with it, because everybody else is either one, respectfully, not important enough to face Sol Ruca, or B, are busy somewhere else. So what other name can we put that's, one, big enough but also does still have in a way a connection to Sol Ruca than Becky Lynch? I'm going to be short with this one. I think Sol Ruca would just win that, because I don't like people calling Becky Hogan because, oh, she had to win. that won't work for me, brother. I don't like that. But when you also look at her history with the IC title, it's not the best when it comes to winning it. Like, she won it off of Lyra, which was a good feud, but Lyra really hasn't been elevated since losing the IC title. She lost it to Maxine Dupree, and she's been relegated into talking with the Vision Austin Theory and nothing else. Not even in the Queen of the Ring tournament. She lost it to AJ Lee, who had had some form of a run, but then just lost it at WrestleMania and just not been seen anymore. So it's just like a thing of like I don't want her to win it back just so Soul can kind of fade away. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I think Soul just wins here, and then Becky can move away to the world champion. That should be fucking defended. Why is Liv Morgan in the Queen of the Ring? I'm still so confused. At number 6, I have a tag team match of your new tag team champions, the Street Profits, versus the Usos. Now, the Profits are fighting for the tag team champions next week on Monday Night Raw. As of this recording, this is going to be released later. I'm filming this so much more later, or so much more earlier, technically. And I predict the Profits to beat the Vision into gaining those tag team champions, to where I also believe that the Usos will be sent to fight the Profits by Roman Reigns. Jacob will be busy doing something else. But I think that we should run this match back, because their match at Money in the Bank where the Usos won the tag team champion. No, wait, that was the Mysterios. Oh, wait, when the fuck did they fight? Damn it, I can't remember when they fought. I visually remember the Usos and the Profits fighting. Not even really that long ago. But I do remember that match. Looking back at it, was a good match. Why not run it back? Why not run it back for tag team champion gold again? And I do predict, I'm gonna be bold here. I do predict, the Profits to retain those champions. I was going to go bold and I thought about it. Yeah, the Street Profits will retain their tag team champions against the Usos. That's if they win the tag team champions in the first place. At number 7, I have the Women's World Heavyweight Champion Liv Morgan versus your Queen of the Ring winner, Io Sky. I don't know why I'm praying. Io has to win Queen of the Ring. It's Liv Morgan versus Io Sky in the final. Liv Morgan's already a champion. She's already the champion. There's no reason for her to be winning Queen of the Ring. There's no reason for her to be winning Queen of the Ring. Io has to win, and if Io doesn't win, I'm quitting. I quit. I'm gonna lose my mind if Io doesn't win Queen of the Ring. I'm gonna do a very quick rant for this. I'm sorry, because it's this whole King and Queen of the Ring thing has been bonkers. It's been wild. We went from having such an interesting tournament bracket into it falling apart in a snap. It's crazy how fast this fell apart. Oh my goodness, both tournament sides. Because now it's Obafemi versus Jey Uso. And if Jey beats Obafemi, I'm gonna cry, dog. Liv and Io will set me over, but Oba losing to Jey, I'll cry. Anyways, back to the actual reason we're here. Yeah, Liv versus Io. I honestly just want Io to win. No, Io won't win. Io, she's not winning. It's gonna be Liv, because then we'll get Stephanie back here returning, setting up their feud for the rest of the year, I guess. Yeah, Liv wins, retains her champion, and then yeah, Stephanie back here returning, fight. I meant to stop the recording before y'all heard that, but I honestly am not gonna fix it. The main event that I'm predicting for night 1 of SummerSlam is Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk, and it's only because I've heard a bunch of other people talk about it, and the more I thought about it, I like that. We've reached the end of a saga with Gunther and Sammy and Cody. We don't need those two anymore. Cody can retain only for CM Punk to be, hey bud, I'm ready for my opportunity at the Undisputed Champion. SummerSlam is like, fuck it, why not? Why not? And I think Cody Rhodes will beat CM Punk at SummerSlam for retaining his world champion, his undisputed champion, to then get Randy Orton returning. Oh, how fun would that be? Randy Orton returns at SummerSlam, just kills Cody Rhodes and kills CM Punk. Why not kill CM Punk? Write Cody Rhodes off for a little bit, so we can, miss him a little bit, because I'm kind of tired of seeing Cody Rhodes a little bit. Write him off for just a month, for like a PLE cycle, maybe even 2 if you really want to take it as far as you can, and maybe you can feud Randy and CM Punk for a little bit. But I do think Cody will just retain against CM Punk. Yeah. Alright, that was night 1 of SummerSlam. Let's move right on into night 2, starting and opening with, honestly, a bang of Penta versus Chad Gable for the IC title. Once again, like the CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, I've heard so many people talk about this, and I feel like it's too good not to do. Minnesota boys must Minnesota boys. Chad Gable became El Grande Americano because of his loss to Penta all those months, all that time ago. And now he is on this redemption tour, apologizing to the luchadors, making friends, and what better way of closing the book of Chad Gable than fighting said luchador that caused him to go on that madness spiral into a luchador of El Grande Americano, then beat Penta for the IC title in his hometown. Or state. What is a Minnesota if you think about it? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be, what a perfect book ending. You couldn't ask for a better book ending. And I think Chad does win if this match were to ever happen, which I don't think they will do it, because WWE is a stupid company that doesn't capitalize on anything right and sensely. The next match on my card, the second match on this SummerSlam card, is LA Knight, versus Jacob Fatu. I feel like Roman is just gonna sick the dog on the LA Knight because he keeps talking mad shit about the family. He's just gonna send the wolf after him. Go on, get him, Jacob, kill him. And I want to be short on this one because I really don't even have anything else to say about it. But I think Jacob, you could be interesting and have Knight win. I think Jacob wins. I think you got to keep the bloodline for now, because they're quote unquote new bloodline. But yeah, since it is technically a new version of the bloodline, you want to at least keep them looking a little bit stronger. Not for as long as they did. Like the bloodline fully started in like 2021, fully, with Jimmy coming back and all that. They didn't start really weakening until like late 2023. That's too much of strong bloodline. This bloodline started at Clash in Italy, technically. We need this bloodline to at least look strong until the Rumble. Once the Rumble season is going on, okay, now we can Jacob, Jimmy, Jay, and now we can finally just beat them. Yeah, so I think Jacob wins. The third match I have is, what do you know, another triple threat for the Women's United States Champion. I have Tiffany Stratton versus Chelsea Green versus Blake Monroe. I don't want it, but I feel like they're dragging out Blake Monroe. Excuse me, I'm keeping that in. I feel like they're keeping Blake Monroe's in-ring return till SummerSlam. She had like a very brief brief, like 7-second appearance on one of the SmackDowns, and then went back to her bedroom to keep writing diaries about people. I feel like we won't see the in-ring debut of Blake until SummerSlam, one of their biggest shows. And I think that's a mistake to do. Get your audience to at least be invested in Blake Monroe more by seeing her in person, by seeing her in the shows, cutting promos at least, maybe building up feuds in person instead of these video vignettes of being like, I don't know if Charlotte and Alexa are actually friends. Love Blake. Like, I don't know. I think the way they're going about it is the wrong way. That's what I'm trying to say. The idea of a triple threat is wonderful, and I want to see it. I think the way they're going about it is not the best way to do it. I think, you know what? Fuck it. Blake wins. I'm gonna say I think Blake wins. Let's be bold here. Let's be silly. I think Blake Monroe will win the United States champion. Do I mean it? Fuck no. But honestly, wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be so cool? Wouldn't that be great if Blake just won the United States champion off of Tiffany? And I think it'd be cool if she lost it from Tiffany because Chelsea Green got pinned. I think that would be swell. And the big matches keep big matching. We have our fourth match of the MFTs of Solo, Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Tonga versus, I hate the name, Wepa Up and Finn Balor. Because Truth really wants to get the Judgment Day back together, and I think it'd be very funny if he's like forcing Damian and Finn to just kind of be friends again, as if the Judgment Day never broke up. Like, come on, Finn. I asked Mr. Aldist if we could have a tag team match with the MFTs at SummerSlam, and it was like, why would you do that? I don't like this guy. And Finn's like, yeah, I don't like this guy either. And Truth's just like, because we're the Judgment Day, and the Judgment Day is forever, for life, as he once said. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to have those two work together against the MFDs. You know what I mean? I think that'd be fun. I think Wepa Up will win. Wep Finn Up would win. Why did I say that? I'm sorry. I made myself angry by saying that. I think Finn and Wepa Up will win. That's what I'm trying to say. Wep Finn Up is stupid. The sixth match. What the fuck did I say? The sixth match on the card, I'd like it to be Dominic Mysterio and Danhausen. Please make it happen. They're not going to make it happen. This was definitely one of the honorable mention matches that I had originally, but I was like, nah, I want to make these 8 matches a log. And I did look at all of the matches I had on my honorable mentions, and I was like, I honestly want to see this match more than any other match that I had on the actual like card. I want to see this match more than any of my honorable mentions. I've already seen Sammy and Gunther, whatever. Jordan Grace and JCJ, I want to just see them. Braun and Sans, y'all are just here just to have y'all here. Honestly, weirdly enough, the only other fighting choice was Hendry and Theory, but I personally just don't think they're gonna do it. This was on the list, and I'm really sitting here like, but y'all could actually do something here with that. Just curse Dominic, because we're also heading into Triple Mania. Have Dominic get cursed into heading and against El Grande Americano for his Mega A champion. Have him lose that because of the curse, and have everything kind of fall apart for Dominic. The Judgment Day are late to one of the shows, meaning he has to fight Chad Gable all by himself with no interference. Not like what the Miz did, where he is like now zombified Miz and Kit Wilson, but have that kind of followed down for a little bit. Maybe even, I'd say even maybe fake a face turn for Dom, just so they can, like they did with the Miz, have him fake a face turn just so he can get on Cursed by Danhausen and they never cross paths again. Dom can go back to being the dirty Dom he is, but just because of Danhausen but just be face to Danhausen, because dog, I'm sorry man, can you please uncurse me? It's like, oh, okay, you're uncursed. and then Dom can just go back to how he was without Danhausen being behind him. You know what I mean? I didn't predict to win. Danhausen wins here. Danhausen would beat Dom because you are gay. I realized I actually skipped 5. What I wrote down was 6. The 5th match that I have on the card is Paige and Brie Bella versus Fatal Influence. Honestly, I'm gonna keep this as quick as I possibly can. Fatal Influence wins, because I don't want the team of Brie and Paige to hold down the women's tag team division. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, dog, I don't. Give it to New Stars. That's all I'm going to talk about for it. You know what I mean? Alright, so we've reached a very weird part. So Rhea Ripley, as of the filming of this video, as of now, June 20th, has not been cleared yet. Meaning, she might miss SummerSlam. However, I have 2 scenarios in case that is I have 2 scenarios. One, if it does happen. One, if she isn't able to make it to SummerSlam. One, if she is making it to SummerSlam. If she's able to make it to SummerSlam, I would like to have Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. I'd like that. I think that'd be cool. But if Rhea isn't, Rhea would retain, of course. If Rhea doesn't make it to SummerSlam, I have Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill, where I think Charlotte should win here. And I feel like if Charlotte were to win this match, that could cause a little bit of tension between Charlotte and Alexa. Hopefully that would then be for the title, which I think would be cool. Jade can then focus on, I don't know, her baddies of Michin and BFAB or something. I don't know. But Jade can figure something out to do. Yeah, she is still very popular within the industry of WWE. She'll find something to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, if Rhea is able to make it, I think she retains against Charlotte Flair. If Rhea's not there, I think Charlotte Flair would win against Jade Cargill. You know what I mean? And our main event of night 2. I've tried to keep it as vague as I can. I don't know how much that caught on. But it's Roman Reigns versus Oba Femi. I think you can have this man pull double duty, and I think you can have this man break the world. I think you can have him break the entire world with aura by being the one who officially retires Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in his hometown, and on the very next night defeating Roman Reigns, the OTC, for the World Heavyweight Champion. I think it'll be beautiful if you had Oba Femi win King of the Ring, retire Brock Lesnar, and defeat Roman Reigns in the span of one singular month. Imagine that. I pray to God that this happens, because I will be the happiest boy in all of the world. And I personally think that is fit for a rumor. But there you go, guys. Let me know how y'all think my SummerSlam predictions are. Again, these are all of this has been recorded dead ass like a full 2 months before SummerSlam has even been announced for matches. So, and I did kind of all of this with no direct storyline. You know what I mean? I think the only match here that has I think what 1, 2, 3, I guess. Like four matches have like direct storyline to them where it's like this has been built over the past month, 2, 3, 4, however many months. It's been built over the past couple of months. And I actually really hope I nail some of these down. Like, that'd be so cool if I nailed like at least 40% of what I have on this list. But anyways, if you like the video, make sure you like, you share, you comment, you subscribe. Please turn on that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I upload. Comment what match you'd like to see, you know, at SummerSlam. You know, whether it's one of the matches that I have or if it's a personal match you'd like to see. Let me know down in the comments, guys. And I also want to give a big thank you for the amount of growth that we've seen over the past week, guys. I'm so grateful for what y'all have been helping me with. It's not a lot, but no matter how much it is, I am still forever grateful for what y'all have done for me. Thank you so much. But take care. I love you all. I'll talk to you, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.